Welcome to my channel, Ana Lana. Today I want to share with you the two methods I use to do the cuffs in a sweater. It doesn't matter if you are knitting a sweater, if you want to choose to make the cuff in crochet, is in a way to ensure that the cuffs are not going to lose the shape, and it's going to be very easy, and also you can really manipulate how wide you want them, and it's going to be, I think, faster. And the main key to select which method to use is how thick the yarn is. For example, this type of stitch, it looks kind of rustic because this yarn is a medium weight yarn, and definitely it works much better with thin yarn like the fine or super fine. For example, in this sweater that I will be teaching you soon is knitted with a super fine yarn, and it looks very nice. This one is my favorite. It takes a little bit more time, but it's perfect for medium weight yarn or heavier yarn anyway. And still, the cuff is going to look very professional and it's going to be excellent. It's going to look like made by a machine. It doesn't look handmade like with the other, the one that we have in the left. All right, so let's start with method number one. Okay, so let's take a crochet hook and we are going to attach the yarn to the base of the sweater. This is perfect as well for a waistband. So we are going to be using a crochet hook that is one size smaller than the one recommended by the yarn. In this case is 4 millimeters. Now we are going to chain 11. Now we have the 11 chains, and now we are going to go down with using single crochets. So we are going to be making 10 single crochets, one on each space. And we are going to have a cuff that will measure 5 centimeters or 2 inches tall. Okay, so now we already have the 10 single crochets and we form our first column, and we are going to attach it to the sweater. So we look exactly the point below, and we are going to put the hook and pull the yarn, and we are going to slip stitch. You see, this way we just attach our first row. Next space, we are going just to go and make a slip stitch again and turn the work. And in the way going up, we just make sure that we have 10 single crochets, and we are going to start going up using the outside loop and making single crochets on each space. Now I am in the last stitch, and I'm going to put the crochet hook through the whole point and pull the yarn, make my last single crochet, and now chain 1, turn the work, and we are going to start going down. And here in my first space, I'm going to take the outside loop and continue making single crochets until I have 10 and I'll get to the base. So now I'm here and I'm going to attach it to the base. So again, I'm looking for the point below and I'm going to pull the yarn and make a slip stitch. And then in the next space, again, I pull the yarn and another slip stitch. Okay, this is perfect for a waistband. We can shrink it by beads and I will show you in a moment. Okay, and I'm going to repeat. I put the hook through the whole stitch, then chain one and turn the work, and we will continue going down. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to knit a tight cuff to create a puffed sleeve. So we are going to be, instead of making the stitch, the slip stitch right below, we are going to skip one space, and in there we are going to pull the yarn and make a slip stitch. And then we are going to skip another space, and in the next one we are going to do another slip stitch. You see, so we are like shrinking it. And now we continue going up using always the outside loop. So we got here in my last stitch, and I chain one, turn the work, and we are going to go down again using the outside loop. All right, so once more, I'm going to show you how to knit a tight cuff to create a puffed sleeve. Okay, so I'm here in my last stitch, and again, I'm going to look for the point below, but then I'm going to skip the next space, do a slip stitch, and again skip one, and in the next space I'm going to do another slip stitch. That way I'm shrinking the sleeve and creating the puffy effect. And now we can see here how it's looking. You see, it's looking just more puffy, and we are going to continue like that. However, if you want to continue straight without the puffy effect, just use the point below without skipping any spaces. So let's repeat again. I get here to the base, I'm going to skip one space, and on the next one I'll do the slip stitch, skip one, and the next one slip stitch. And now, after skipping a few times spaces at the bottom, we can see already the effect. Now we turn the work, and I'm going to go up again using the outside loop, and that way is going to create the elasticity in the cuff. I'm here almost at the end, and there is only one space left at the base. So I'm going to do my chain and then go down, making single crochets until I get to the base. And once I get to the base, I will do a slip stitch just to attach it. And you see, basically, we have the complete cuff and it's very elastic. And now we are just going to be joining the sides. So to join the sides, I'm going to put the hook on the other side where the loop is and pull the loop through, just making sure that both sides are parallel. And then I'm going to be putting the hook through one loop on each side. And then pull the yarn and slip stitch. Again, put through the hook, one loop on each side, and then pull the yarn and slip stitch. And I'm going to continue like that until I get to the top. Okay, so I got here to the upper part, and now what I'm going to do is just cut the yarn, and then I'm going just to be pulling the yarn through the loop just to make sure that we are going just to assure it that it's not going to be unraveling. And then I'm going to be hiding it. But you see, this is my favorite way of doing elastic band. It looks very professional, very neat. Okay, now we are going to continue with method number 2. It's very easy, same hook of 4 millimeters. And we are going to do a slip stitch. And now we are going to chain 3, so that way we are making our first double crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. Now yarn over, and on the next space we are going to pull the yarn and make a double crochet. Again, yarn over, and in the next space make a double crochet, and we are going to continue making a double crochet on each space for the rest of the sleeve. So I'm here on my last stitch and I make my last double crochet. Now to join both sides, the beginning and the end, I'm going just to make a slip stitch at the corner, and now one chain, pull the yarn a little bit so the loop gets stretched, and now put the hook behind the post and make a front post double crochet. Now pass the hook from behind through the front of the double crochet, pull the yarn, and now we are making a back front, a post double crochet. Now yarn over, and we again are going to pass the hook behind the post, and we are going to make a double crochet. So this is the way that we are going to start doing front posts and back post double crochets. I actually am never sure when it's a front post or a back post, but anyway, I know you ladies and gentlemen know by now how to make this stitch, and regardless of the name, this is the way. Okay, so I'm finishing row number 2, and now I'm going here to attach both sides in the corner with a slip stitch. So now I'm going to chain 1, and the loop I'm going to make it a little bit longer, and then I'm going to go behind the post, and I'm going to make a double crochet. So again, here I'm going to go in front of the post and make a double crochet, and I'm going to repeat everything exactly as I did it in row number 2. Wherever you see a front post, you will do a front post, back post, you will do a back post, double crochet. So I am at the end of the row, and I am attaching the sides with a slip stitch, a chain. Now again, I'm going to do a double crochet using the back post, and then I'm going to go in front and do a double crochet. So now I'm going to show you how are we going to be reducing some stitches. And for example, here I made a mistake. I did two back posts at the same, I mean, one after the other, but I want this cuff to be reducing the size, so I'm going to knit them together. I pass the hook and I will be knitting them together, and then I continue. I will continue doing 2 or 3 uh, double crochets, and then I'm going to be knitting 2 stitches together, and that way I'm going to be decreasing the size of the cuff. Y así vamos formando el puño un poco más estrecho. And you should be trying on the cuff just to make sure that this is the length that you want, and if you want to reduce more points, to make it a little bit tighter. Okay, at this point I think I have enough. I'm joining here the parts. I'm going to make a little chain, and I'm going to be cutting the yarn. Later I will be hiding these strings using a tapestry needle, but you see, this is a very easy way to do a cuff, and it's going to be faster than this other style. The first one I told you, is the one that I like because it's a little bit more professional, looks neater. But I have a friend, she loves to do this one because it goes really fast. And both methods are very practical, not only for cuffs, but also to make the waistbands and anything that you want to apply it to. Okay, my friends, so this is the end of this tutorial, and I hope you enjoy it. And remember to give me a like, to subscribe, because that way you will get notifications of my next videos. And I really hope to see you soon in my channel, Ana Lana. Thank you.